The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed by the heathen of this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of Jake and Kevin Studios. That being said, strap in and enjoy the ride.
Hello. Alright guys, I don't know how this is gonna go. This is take one of working title, Crazy Kevin's Car Rides. So here's the thing. I'm in traffic right now. I'm about halfway to work. Probably got another 20-30 minutes left. This is like a little tester. So if you're listening to this, that means that this episode went decently well, and go ahead and listen to the rest of it. Yeah, that's all I can say. I don't know, I'm not going to put it out if it sounds horrible. I'm just recording this on my phone right now. I'm sure you can hear that. That's the train, but hey, that's where we're going. This is the point of this podcast. It's going to be a little bit dirtier, in terms of production value, in terms of, potty mouth. I just wanted, so here's what's started this. I wanted something separate from the Jake and Kevin show, just for the sole fact of here's the thing, I'm going to assume that if you're listening to this, that means you've been listening to the podcast recently, and that's probably not a lot of you. So if you know that the last 5 episodes of the Jake and Kevin show I've done solo, and that's fine, whatever. I tried to put together a little narrative in there. I try to make it fun, but at the end of the day, I can't keep calling it the Jake and Kevin show if it's just me. Good news is, and this is no bullshit, whatever the narrative was, whatever. Me and Jake are going to start the Jake and Kevin show up again. And basically the inside scoop is we're going to do one episode every other week. We're going to record an episode every other week. And what we're going to do is we're going to shoot to make it over an hour. And then we're going to break it up into part 1, part 2s. So, what's today? Today's the first week of July. So next week, I think a podcast with me and Jim will come out. And then the week after that, the first 30-minute part 1 Jake and episode season 2 will come out. Hey, I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. But this is just me sitting in the car, driving in shitty Chicago traffic, getting pissed off, and just letting loose. Okay? In the Jake and Kevin show, I censored myself a little bit, but there were definitely times where I held back, I couldn't. I had to dance around my words, because we really want to keep that not a family friendly show, but a clean. It's a good exercise. Because I've noticed, when I'm around my friends, when I'm talking to people, it's just fucking. So I was fucking talking to them. I was fucking talking to this broad, right? And it just, that's what this is essentially going to be, especially once my mind gets loose. I can definitely feel that'll be coming, but I like how the Jake and Kevin show isn't, it's clean cut comedy. I don't know. Who fucking cares? Also, I think I've mentioned this on the Jake and Kevin show. I always say that. I think I mentioned this, and I probably know for a fact that I have, but I just don't exactly remember what I said. But essentially, oh shit, it just got way hotter in here. I wanted the Jake and Kevin show, and I think Jake would agree with this too. Even though we kind of touch on on some current event topics, I think what we really envision for that show is to be an escape from reality, is like an escapism podcast, where it's like, I mean, it is the Jake and Kevin show, but it's more of like Jake and Kevin are these two guys that are they're disconnected from the world around them, and that's why it's fun to listen to, because like they live in like ignorant bliss almost. Like, they're self-proclaimed smart guys, but then also like they really don't have any clue what they're talking about, but that's kind of that's not how we, I guess, intended the show to be, but that's like the route that the show took, and I like that route. So we're sticking with that. This is going to be more of like, I don't know, real world stuff. It's just going to be me ranting. Because that's another thing, like, the last few episodes of the Jake and Kevin show, I mean, I was trying to do something there, but it did get kind of ranty. And ranting can be fun, but not all the time. And like, I'm not like a professional ranter. I'm not one of these guys who can rant and be angry and still make it funny. Like Nick Roberts, like a lot of times he can be fucking steaming angry, and it can still come off funny because he's so angry, and like I don't even think like he means to make it funny most of the time. It's just his angry brain it has like, it just clicks into this absurdity. Yeah. So, I don't fucking know. Look at this jerk off. That's another thing. Like, I wanted a document of all the fucking jerk offs I see on the road. I've tried. So, here's what I've been doing, and you guys can make fun of me, whatever. I've only received pushback on this, but I am in a campaign. I am in a trial by fire to naturally improve my eyesight. And you're like, what the? Well, I don't even know what that means. And yes, it sounds very stupid, but I've been doing the research on it, and it just doesn't feel right to me. Okay, here's the thing. I fucking hate Band-Aid fixes. I hate them. I hate them because I feel like Band-Aid fixes are just there because it's the easier route. And I mean, I'm not going to be like this David Goggins, like Jocko guy who's like, oh, it gets hard? Good. Hey, things are harder? Good. But to be honest, like, sometimes in my life I've needed that. And like, if I just always look for the Band-Aid route, I think that a lot of my failures probably could have been worked around, but it's like if I didn't fail at the times that I failed and I really fucked up, then I would just be like this little pussy. I would just be this kid who's like, he's like the trust fund kid who just always has like a way out, a get out of jail free card. And that like get out of jail free card used to just be like honestly pure luck. Pure luck and me just like being able to memorize an absurd amount of information very quickly. I mean, I guess that's not luck, but that's not hard work. pretty much what I'm trying to say is for school, if I wanted to, I could have made school so easy. I could have cheated my way through school. I could have just took the easy classes, like the easy engineering classes. I did the hard shit. I did the cool shit. And I actually tried and I actually did it. And yeah, I fucked up on almost every semester. I think there was 1 or 2 semesters where I knuckled down, and I still like had my fun, but I knuckled down and I got good grades on everything. And it was insanely hard. And I didn't want to do that again, and I didn't. And that's what the fuck was I talking about? Band-Aid fixes. I fucking hate Band-Aid fixes. Like, for example, I hate Advil. I don't, or like, ibuprofen. I don't know, I honestly don't even know if it's for colds, if it's for headaches, if it's for knee pain, if it's for back pain. People just say, oh, whenever I have like something, they're like, oh, take ibuprofen, I take Advil. I fucking hate Advil. And it's not like, oh, I've taken Advil and I have a bad response to it. It's just, I would rather just like sit in the thing than like, oh, just take this drug to make everything okay. I don't know why. That just like, I just don't like that idea. Or, yeah, if like your back hurts, like pretty much last year, right around this time, I fucked my shit up. It was a series of just deadlifting heavy, squatting heavy, and I just kept, me and my friend, like I was telling my friend, because he hurt his back too, we would call it tower sevening our back. And that's pretty much when we picture our back crumbling straight down on top of each other, on top of itself, for absolutely no apparent reason. Well, kind of like Tower 7. Anyway, my back was Tower 7. It was DEFCON 1 hurt. There was like a point where I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't walk. It was so bad. And it was actually kind of scary. There's the train again. And my parents were like, oh, you gotta stop going to the gym. You gotta stop lifting. You gotta take ibuprofen. You gotta do all this shit. You gotta put icy hot on it. And like deep down I knew like that maybe I was watching videos or whatever, but like deep down I knew it's like that is not the solution. Like the solution is definitely not to stop going to the gym and take ibuprofen and just like lay down all day. And you know what I did? I did the exact opposite. I went to the gym every single day, and all I did was just back exercises. Lower back exercises, glutes, hip flexors, core, and I just hammered it. And eventually my back got better, and like it could have just been happenstance, but I mean, I fucking doubt it, because my back, for like 6 months, my back was just gone. But I did take off squat heavy. I bumped down the squats, like I had to restart from squat. Like I was like literally restarting from 0 with just the bar. But I always, like if in life, if there's a Band-Aid fix, unless I've exhausted all other possibilities to fix this problem, and then I look at the Band-Aid fix and I say, okay, the Band-Aid fix is easier and it actually will solve this problem, not just cover it up, then maybe I will go with the quick Band-Aid fix. Oh, I gotta get fucking over. But I just think, and like like when you have a problem like that, when you have a problem like just anything, like you're lazy, you have a bad back, you want to get better at something, and I'll get back to the eyesight thing, because I know that sparked, like that struck a chord with somebody, but hold on. Like I just, really think that like there's something novel in just really trying to do your due diligence and really fucking hammer it home that I'm trying to fucking motherfucker. I'm really trying to like put in the work. I just completely lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Okay, improving eyesight. Forget it. Improving my eyesight. So, since college, and here's what sparked this. Since college, when school really started to pick up, and like college was like, I was either staring at a piece of paper on a desk, so like from eye to paper, that's like maybe 1.5 feet, or staring at a computer screen, and that's a screen and it's close to you. It's bad for you. It's bad for your eyes. And then since college, I noticed that my eyesight got significantly worse. But here's the caveat. In the summers, when I would come home from school, I would work as a lifeguard. Did I use caveat right? Fuck it. I would work as a lifeguard. And if you know anything about, if you've ever worked as a lifeguard, or like, I worked at a water park, and they took lifeguarding fucking serious there. Like, you had to do the scans, they took that seriously, they did the tests, they like made sure that you knew your shit, because, I mean, there was a lot of like shitty parents who just let kids die. They were like, our kid is here, and if he dies, I sue. That was kind of their mindset. So we were on our game. So like, I was doing a lot of looking as a lifeguard, and I was working long hours. Like what was it? I think it was like 4.5 or 5 hour shifts, and a lot of days I would pick up doubles because I had fucking nothing else to do. I mean, in those days I was like, yeah, nothing. Like, I mean, it was like 18 to 20 years, so I couldn't go out unless like someone had a party, and like whatever. But yeah, there was nothing to do. All I was doing was working. All I was doing for work was looking. And at the end of the summer, every time I worked as a lifeguard, my eyesight was so much better. Like, I swear to God, like I could see just like noticeably further. My eyes never got strained. My eyes never got blurry. And like ever since then, it's always clicked to me like, okay, this shitty eyesight thing is reversible. I proved it. Like, it's anecdotal evidence, but here's the thing, like, it's my anecdote, so I know it works for me. Like, if it was like, oh, Mr. Johnson said that he was able to improve his eyesight, and I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a try, but who fucking knows? But I've already tried it. I already know. And I'm not thinking that, I'm thinking that, like, there's, like, I'm not the only one. I'm not special. Anyway. But right now, I'll tell you right now, my eyesight is absolute dog shit. And, I mean, for the last pretty much year, all I've been doing is, like, staring at computer screens, staring at phone screens, just, like, and, like, really staring. So, about a month ago, I made it a challenge to naturally improve my eyesight. Also because I really don't want fucking glasses. And here's the goal. I want, my license expires next year. I gotta get a new license next year. I have till April of next year to improve my eyesight to the point where I can pass the vision test without needing to get glasses. Because I just don't want glasses. I think it's like, okay, if I put in the work, if I do my due diligence and my eyesight still sucks in a year, then I will take the glasses route. I'll say, all right, I'll take it. I mean, I'll think it's bullshit. Like, you should be able to improve your eyesight. I don't understand how the human body in all of its amazing ability is able to, like, deteriorate and not be able to regenerate so quick. Like, everything else you can bounce back from. You can unclog your arteries, I think. Dr. Kevin speaking. You can unclog your arteries. You can reheal your liver. You can reheal your lungs, your heart, your brain. Like, all these organs, all these muscles, you can, like, strengthen them. Your skin, they can all heal. They all bounce back. And your eyes are the only ones. One of the most important organs, one of the most important sensors in your whole body, pretty much essential to a quality life. And these are the one thing that we fucking skimped out on. Dumb cunt. Mother Nature. So no, I think it's bullshit. I think bad vision is reversible, and all these doctors and all these motherfuckers, they know it is. They know it's reversible, but they know that it's way too hard, that nobody will ever do it. So they just say, get the glasses. You know, hey, another thing. Orthopedic shoes, insoles, people with flat feet. Fuck you if you think your feet are flat and you can't reverse them. That's fucking gobbledygook. I'm so sick. And like, people with like, oh, I got tendonitis. I got a bad shoulder. Yeah, dude, every time I did a pull-up, my shoulder would come out of place. I fucked my shoulder up so bad. And guess what? Now it's awesome. Now I can do so many pull-ups. I'm super strong. Listen, dude, you don't even know how many pull-ups I can do, okay? But yeah, I'm so sick of people just like thinking that, oh, this is life now, and like maybe it's like, if it's fine if they're like, this is life now, because they don't want to, they're like too lazy to fix it. But if they think, oh, this is life now, like, this is how I'm stuck, I have no say in the matter, then, dude, fuck that. At least try. Fuck. But yeah, so I looked into it. So there's something that I guarantee I have. We're talking back to eyes. It's called dry eye disease or dry eye syndrome. Fuck. Now I don't even know if that's real. But pretty much what it is it's from a lot of screen time, a lot of, like, when you strain your eyes. God, traffic is fucking miserable today. Over the period of the day, as you use your eyes, as you strain your eyes I guess it diminishes this layer of fat on your eyes, and your eyes get dry and they get really irritated. And for the last like 4 years, every day it feels like I have like an eyelash in my eye, and there's nothing there. I mean, trust me, I've checked. I have this feeling though. It's like there's fucking something in my eye, and that's a symptom of dry eyes. So what I've been doing is I've been taking omega-3 fish oil pills. I've been eating carrots like no one's business for vitamin A, and I've been doing these eye exercises while I drive, where I kind of like, so I'm trying to like train the eye as a muscle, and I'm like staring off into the distance, but as I stare off into the distance, I'm focusing on the peripheral. I'm trying to focus on the whole entire 180-degree cone of vision all at once. And it's very hard. And like, also I'm driving, so it's probably definitely not safe because I'm not focusing on any cars around me at all. Technically I am, because I'm focusing on everything around me, but as we know, when you focus on everything, you're actually focusing on nothing. That's why, hey, you know what? Also, that's why women are such dog shit drivers. And here's another thing. When someone says to a guy, you drive like a girl, it's not like, it's not like you're a bad driver. It means that you're so dumb that you're literally... Okay. So, I mean, I think there are clinical studies on this, so I'm not out of pocket saying this, but the way women and men's brain work are different. I'm not saying that women's brains are worse. It's proven that in general, men have an easier time focusing on one specific task, while women tend to focus on multiple things at once, or switch focus on multiple things like quickly. And it's not like ADHD. It's like, women, like, that's why they say girls are like better at multitasking. It's because like they it's just in their brain, it clicks a little bit easier from like going from task to task to task, but like trying to keep everything in sync. However, when you're driving, you shouldn't be fucking doing that. There is nothing else that you need to be doing when driving other than driving. And I know you're recording a podcast while driving. Well, okay, yeah. If I get into an accident, then I'm deleting the recording and this actually never happened, because that'll be a fucking mistake. Your Honor, even though my client was texting and smoking a vape while driving and eating a Starbucks sandwich while drinking a dragon fruit smoothie shit, our opponent, I'm a lawyer, our opponent was actually recording an entire fucking podcast while driving like a goddamn schmuck. So yeah, that will not look good. So if you guys hear, if this comes out, that means I made it to work safely. I'll just say that. But, don't you love a good, just fucked up pothole-ridden highway? How does that happen? How does that happen? Optimus Prime fought Megatron on this highway. Dude, there is like a stretch of a quarter mile on this highway that I drive on every day to work where there's just two lanes that are just fucked up. Like Michael Bay shot Transformers 3 on this highway and it never got fixed. He just blew up everything and fucking dragged a goddamn ball and chain from Optimus Prime's arm, and it swung and hit Starscream in the head, and Starscream's head just blew a chunk out of the fucking road, and they just left it like that. Michael Bay's like, you guys deal with it, Chicago. Anyway. Fuck. Okay, women drivers. And I really don't know what it's like to be in the mind of a woman. I'm not Mel Gibson. What was... Oh, wait, no, that was He Had His Mind But Looked Like a Woman? The movie. What Women Want? It was that movie, right? Fuck it. But yeah. So I've seen this with almost every single girl I've gotten in the car with. They're texting, they're trying to tell a story. I mean, already, for the most part, girl stories are all over the place. Okay, man, your stories always take 7 different turns. Well, then turn off the podcast. What do you want? It's a free podcast I recorded on my iPhone. You're the one listening to me. I'm not holding you hostage. girls are always trying to tell a story. They're always like worried about what the person's doing behind them. They're trying to like text. They're trying to like put together a fucking order for Panda Express. They're trying to do a million different things except for fucking driving. It's ridiculous. And hey, guess what? Elon and Tesla, I don't know if this is a joke actually, but like Elon Musk bought Twitter, and now he's saying that like there's going to be Twitter in the Teslas. And it's probably not like, you probably can't use it while you're driving, but dude, here's my thing. Is driving not exciting enough? Picture what driving is. I don't know how people get distracted while driving. Do you know what driving is? You're driving a 2-ton steel machine at speeds of upwards 70 miles an hour. That's faster than some major league pitches. And sometimes, let's assume that it's perfect weather. Let's take all other factors out of it. Now, you have to deal with the 100 other people driving their 2-ton machines at upwards of 70 miles an hour. How is that not exciting? How is that not exciting enough for you to pay attention for 15 minutes? I don't understand. Factor in, most of the population's reaction time is dog shit. Their hand-eye coordination is dog shit. I mean, like 30% of the time I'm driving to work, it's a 4-lane highway. When I drive to work, the first half of my drive is open road. 4 lanes, no one there. 30% of the time, I see somebody smashed into the wall and like fucking mangled. How does that happen? Listen, I'm driving, staring off into the horizon, looking at nothing, drinking a coffee, driving with 2 fingers, recording a podcast, and I haven't even come close to an accident. In fact, I'm still using my turn signal and checking my fucking mirrors when I switch lanes. Now, am I claiming that I'm better? I don't think so. I just think that I understand the consequences of being a dickhead while driving, and I'm just saying that I care more. And like there's some people in my life that will drive so fucking slow, and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm driving the way I want to drive, and if you don't like it, that's too bad. Find a way to get around me." And that's a dog shit way of driving too. Alright, I had to do a little aggressive move. There's a little bit of a more advanced techniques when you get into city driving. I had to get in there. But here's how someone said this to me, and I took it to real heart. Drive like you just want to get out of everyone's way. And that's not driving like a pussy. That's not like driving like, oh, sorry. No, kind of is like that. But if that means to get out of someone's way, you have to do 90 for 15 seconds and get past all of the motherfuckers putting up a blockade, then that's what you have to do. If that means that you gotta concede the little race you're doing or whatever, or if that means you have to concede the left lane to somebody who wants to do 110 in their Charger, then that's what you gotta do. Like, you're not, like, get the fuck out of that guy's way, and then you never have to worry about him again. People who get mad while driving, oh, Kevin, you just spent the last 35 minutes screaming at everybody on the road. Guys, I'm kind of playing it up for the podcast. But people who get angry while driving, people who have road rage, they aren't good drivers. And, like, this is what I think. I think that they're not good drivers, or they're, like, they're afraid. And that's why they get angry. It's like a response, like, for the fear, or, like, the adrenaline. Like, oh, I'm going so fast, and, like, this guy could have killed us. Fuck you! You could have killed me. Fuck you! Like, that's what, like, road rage is. You could have killed me. Fuck you. And it's, for the most part, like, yes, there are very, very, very fucking bad drivers out there. And there are gonna be people who make dog shit moves. But, I mean, if you're paying attention, not on your fucking phone, the only time I kind of cut people slack for not paying attention is, like, when you're lost. Because that's a shitty fucking feeling. Or, yeah, like when the GPS is just driving you in circles, and it's like, oh, take this, oh my god, take this right here, and then you're looking, and the road is just so closed. Like, the road's been closed since, like, 2007. And you're like, God fucking damn it. So you gotta keep going, and then it reroutes you and, like, makes you do, like, some bullshit U-turn. You're like, well, that's not gonna fucking work. So then you gotta, like, find somewhere to turn around. You're like, this fucking sucks. And that's when, like, that's an understandable scramble, but the vast majority of drivers, and I'm coming up on work right now, so this is probably going to be the end real quick as soon as I finish up this stuff. The vast majority of drivers aren't lost. Okay, this guy's coming. Aren't lost. They're just dog shit. They just don't. They don't have any respect for the road. They don't have any respect for the severity and the consequences of what happens if you drive like an absolute maniac. Okay. I mean, this is something completely different, but being considerate while parking is another thing about being a driver. Like, for the most part, when I park, I, like, take into consideration what it's going to be like to park next to me. Now, it's not always easy to think about that, or maybe sometimes you don't have the time. All I'm asking, I mean, it's not that fucking hard to just pay attention to what you're doing and think about other people while you're driving. If you pay attention to what you're doing and you think about other people while you're driving, 1, you'll instantly be a better driver. 2, I guarantee the amount of, like, dog shit drivers you see on the road will decrease. Because a lot of the times, I bet you, like, something happens and it jumps in front of you, you're like, ah! It's not because somebody fucked you. It's because you were asleep at the fucking wheel and not paying attention to the guy coming up on you, and he surprised the shit out of you, and you're thinking, ah! But yeah, all right, guys, that actually went a lot longer, 39 minutes. All right, guys, that's the end of the podcast. So yes, thank you for listening. I mean, if you made it all the way through there, I don't know what this is gonna be. I don't know if this is gonna be like part on the road, part back at home. We'll see how the audio quality is. We'll see how everything goes. We'll see if that was even a good podcast. But you know what? Thanks for listening, guys. Check out the Jake and Kevin show. With actually Jake and Kevin coming soon. Episode featuring Jim coming soon. Or already out. I don't know when this is going to come out. We'll see. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.